supply chain, and beyond. He's a pioneer, driving innovation in freight forwarding and beyond. Get ready for insights from a true industry leader. Let's have a big round of applause for Mr. Amit Maheshwari as he joins us on panel. Next, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mr. Rahim Bhimani, Senior Vice President, Air Cargo Practice, Khale Logistics Solutions. Mr. Bhimani has been instrumental in driving innovation and efficiency in logistics solutions, focusing on enhancing operational performance, streamline supply chains, and ensure seamless connectivity. A big round of applause as we welcome Mr. Rahim Bhimani on the panel. Next, I'd like to invite on stage Mr. Abhijit Chaudhary, Head of Digital for Supply Chain, JSWST. His Chaudhary plays a pivotal role in driving the integration of cutting-edge technologies within the supply chain at JSWST. His expertise spans across digital solutions, process optimization, and leveraging data analytics to enhance efficiency and sustainability in supply chain operations. Please give it up for Mr. Abhijit Chaudhary as he joins us on the panel. Next, I'd like to rewind Mr. Aman Rai, develop APAC Excel Supply Chain Planning and Operations Google. Mr. Gart's work at Google involves harnessing data-driven insights to streamline operations, ensuring product availability and timely delivery across multiple markets. A big round of applause as we welcome Mr. Amit Gart on panel. And now, like we invite Mr. O. Vijay Bardia, Head of Supply Chain Management and Logistics, Schaeffler India. Mr. Vijay Bardia plays a pivotal role in overseeing Schaeffler India's end-to-end supply chain functions, ensuring the seamless movement of products and materials across the organization's network. Ladies and gentlemen, we are all set to explore the future. Mr. Contractor, please begin with this panel discussion. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, everyone, for the August introduction for Solkari. How's the Joes? How's the Joes? I think everyone missed Plum. Okay, so good evening. So let me tell you a little secret. The organizers planned this session just late in the evening last on purpose. We want all of you to stay for the whole night. I'm just kidding. Thanks, Ovit and the IICST for having me here with the initiative this request. Before we dive into our session, let's start with a little humor to light the mood. Is everyone ready? If you're ready, raise your hand. Okay. Not hand, not your phone. So, if anyone guesses this right, they get an hour of butt to 150. Why did the supply chain manager bring a ladder to work? Can anyone guess? If you can, just raise your hand. A mic will come to your hands. Come on, no one wants a 1 hour with me. I am disappointed. Just kidding. So, the answer is because they want to reach greater heights in efficiency. So, the reason I'm sitting on the left is so that I have all the panelists on my right side. Literally speak. Today, we are gathered here to explore a critical topic that's reshaping the way business and operate. Harnessing advanced technologies such as AI, ML, or resilience, efficiency, innovation in supply chain. In recent years, the supply chain landscape has faced unprecedented challenges, from global disruptions to changing consumer demands. These challenges underscore the need for organizations to adapt and innovate. Advanced technologies such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, are not just buzzwords. They are powerful that enhance resilience, streamline operations, and faster innovation. AI can analyze large amounts of data in very little and real time, enabling companies to make informed decisions faster than ever before. Is that your big thing? Is that? Yes. If you do, raise your hand. Thank you. They can predict demand fluctuations, optimize the effective management, and even enhance customer experiences by personalizing services. Throughout the session, we will hear from our panel of industry experts who have successfully integrated AI and ML into their supply chains, thereby illustrating tangible benefits such as reduced costs, in efficiency, and greater adaptability. As we navigate through this session, let's keep in mind a quote by Peter Drucker. The best way to predict the future is to create. By leveraging advanced technologies today, we can shape a more resilient and efficient society for tomorrow. The format of this session is going to be unique. We are going to actually play a game. Game with all of you, not all the patterns. We have on stage 3 panelists from trade, 2 from the software side, 1 on the delivery system, and 1 the software provider to the logistics. And I, your moderator, the logistics. The game that we are going to play is very unique, where each stakeholder is going to list out their challenge, how they created it, how they overtake it, and in the process of overcoming it, what technology they use effectively. Today is very, very unique. It's very rare to see a logistics to make mistakes. It's normally the other way. You are really alone. I see a lot of slides. So we're looking forward to a very discussion on the panelists. Let's get started. We would like to request first Mr. Abhijit Chaudhary, the head of digital supply chain for JSWST, for his views also.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks to organizers for giving me an opportunity to share my views on this specific subject. I represent JSW Group. JSW is basically what the premier steelmaker organizations of the country. We do have 5 steel making plants in various parts of the country. Apart from that, we have got very focus on value-added products. The factories, 18 of them are serving through the value addition of the products. But the major problem, what we are going to talk today, because supply chain occupies a very, very big space as far as we are concerned in our value chain. The reason being, the mother plant, the biggest plant of ours, is realized now, please. So we do produce 18 million tons of finished steel from that plant. And just to give you a ballpark idea, 18 million tons of steel means 54 million tons of raw material which goes into that plant, and another 14 or 15 million tons of steel, finished steel products, which comes out of the plant. So to manage this kind of supply chain, we use all types of modes of transport, the ocean transport, the rail transport, and obviously the road transport. But managing this volume with the most cost-efficient way and also through on-time delivery kind of a situation, you can imagine is not easy. So we understood that importance of technology, and we have availed that. And recently we have gone into the journey of digitization of our entire logistics market. We have digitized the logistics movement of the road transport part of it, as well as the rail transport. What do I mean by that? Digitization of road transport and all that? Simple. Each one of our plant, a major plant, what we call integrated steel plants, they handle about 5 to 7,000 truck vehicles each day. Each day, 5 to 7,000 trucks come in, go out of the plant, and they move around in various parts of that plant, because the steel plant is a huge space to move around. So the entire movement of this road transportation has been digitized. And these movements obviously is controlled movement. So not any truck can come inside the plant. So to come into the plant, they have to go to various documentation parameters, and then through the plant where that particular plant truck is, to identify that our real-time basis and to load the right cargo of all these things is something which we are able to digitize. So we have successfully digitized the inbound transportation, the outbound transportation through the road movement, as well as inbound transportation. We have done it with a software provider, and we have used their platform to create this system, this particular digital system, which has helped us to do this transformation, through which we are doing entirely paperless transaction and real-time movement of this cargo moving in and coming out of the plant. And it has not only improved the visibility part of it, it is what Tejas mentioned has helped us in a informed decision making, and the agility and all these other components which you look at it from the cost efficiency point of view has improved vastly. So this is only a glimpse I am giving. So we have been able to do the digitization of the road transport part. Similar way, we are one of the largest in the private sector. Maybe we are the biggest of the consumer-funded railways, their services. So the rail transportation also has got digitized through our system. So we are managing the inbound cargo movement as well as outbound cargo movement through this digital policy. And here, AI and ML plays a great role in helping us getting the holistic view of the entire value chain and making the informed decisions. So here I am to discuss about the possibilities, further possibilities of that.
Thank you very much, sir. Very, very interesting. 5 to 7,000 cups big in and around your factory each day as one bag. Guys, keep your questions. What can move it? We're going to make this a very interactive session. After all the panelists speak, we're going to open the floor for everyone to ask such interesting questions about our quiz panelists to ensure that you get your answer. Next, I'd like to request Mr. O. Vijay Bhargia, Head of Supply Chain Management, Shepherd India, share this, use our copies. Sir, over to you.
Thank you, Dave. Thanks to organizers for inviting me and give you a chance to speak on this panel. They'd asked that, okay, what are of digitalization activities we are doing it, but at the same time that we also share some kind of challenges what we are facing from the past years actually. So, global situation in the past years, we have seen that various kind of challenges are coming. It starts off the COVID, then the Suez Canal issue, now the Red Sea issue. So various kind of challenges are coming, and now the geopolitical tensions are getting every day new challenge to us. We do not know what will to happen tomorrow. In this situation, the kind of challenges we are facing is first like the demand planning fluctuations, the demand planning accuracy. This is the biggest challenge for the supply chain managers today. Supply chain managers are trying their best, but the time of accuracy they are made it in the demand planning are not more than around 50-60%. So this is one of the big problem which our supply chain managers are. If we talk about overall delivery lead time, so after the Red Sea issue, the import lead times are increased drastically. Apart from that, the inconsistency in the lead time is also a biggest factor. Nobody is giving us the right picture that what is the exact lead time for us. We know the global supply chain situation, but at the same time as an importer, we want that what is the lead time for doing. And at the same time, the biggest challenge is coming from carrier side who are not updating their quotas of the ETF. They know that the vessels are quite behind the schedules, but still they are not updating the ETA on time so that kind of the users or the importers can get the right information. Now, challenges are many, but at the same time, now the topic of the discussion that we what kind of a digital solutions or any other solutions we are implementing. So the first thing is which we use that visibility of the consignment. Visibility of the consignment is the most important part of any supply chain, which give a lot of opportunity to supply chain managers to correct the schedules. So in our case, what we did, we are doing a lot of import media and some export also. So as an importer, it is very, very important for us to have a real-time information of our part that varies by material, and especially in the uncertainty in the supply chain globally. So the real-time information of my import cargo is very, very important. As a solution at global level, the Schaeffler has connected our ERP system with one of the software provider, which is connected with our all the freight forwarders. So as soon as freight forwarder get the information from the carrier, so automatically it updates in our ERP system through that software. So that is how real-time information directly coming into the software part or our ERP system actually. So this is one of the solutions which we have implemented. And after having this, the best part is now we are going to connect it with the material planning also. So as soon as ETA will change at the carrier part, our material planning will also automatically update into our system so that I can correct my inventory requirements. So that is one of the solutions which we integrated. Apart from that, one another thing of the list management to manage the risk, because nowadays this profile has completely changed. So we must handle the risk differently. For that purpose also, the risk managing tool is also now being better used. The tool is giving us the advanced information of anything going to happen. Either a strike is coming or the next world calamity or any other things. So as soon as any kind of new warning is coming, we are updating our sets and we are correcting our schedules accordingly. So this management tool is also helping us. Let me give you another example. Is very small but very important. That all kind of freight forwarders will check it. Now we are not doing any matter. We are taking the services of our service provider who are giving us the OCR technology, and service providers are directly uploading the technology, check the bills, and directly going to finance over the client. So you go, chances of errors as used, the bill pick up quite fast, and errors are not here. So these are the few things, and now we are in discussion with one of the AI-based demand planning service provider who is saying that now after using that demand planning will be accurate up to 80%, which is currently at 60% at our data. So we are in discussion with that service provider. So we are expecting that down the technology will help us in improving our forecast accuracy also. So there are few examples like that, but at the same time, there are what many challenges are available in the supply chain, and we expect some more solutions from the service provider side, because we are the importer, we are the next, right? So we expect more solutions from the service provider side. Thank you.
Very, very interesting, sir. I think we have one of those systems up here, so we are very excited that our bills will get passed on there. So another thing, takeaway. So what sir said, demand planning currently is at an estimated of 50%. Even using advanced technology does not make it or can make it 100%. It takes it to a certain level that is close to that. Next, we have a very exciting speaker. Why? I'll tell you, because he has promised if you're asking a lot of questions, you're going to get a window fix. And just do me. So we have with us Mr. Amit Par, Head of Impact Texas Supply Chain Operations, Google. On this takeoff. No asking questions on Google Maps. You got from that though. Amit, over to you.
Thank you, Tesh, for this introduction. So, hello everyone. It's really pleasure to be here with such audience. Yes, as we mentioned, I manage Pixel Port supply chain operations. Uh, and one of the biggest problem, and he was talking about is, and in fact, too much correlating with what he spoke about is the demand money, because for these kind of products, which are very consumer focused products, and also start coming in more into fashion or accessories and all that. Either the Gen X these days or Gen Z or Alpha generation and all that. I think the biggest problem that these kind of products faces the demand fluctuation and also the trades. So if you see all big companies of Apple, whether Apple, Samsung, or any Ovi or any company, you will see they're launching new foods every 6 months, 7 months. And this is where the challenge comes in. When you launch products such a small uh, such a small life cycle of, and the problem is how do you manage such small life cycle with the right demand, because most of the sale happens in the product launches, and that's a big movement for e-commerce. So even for me, this year was challenge. For example, we were launching our new Pixel 4, when Flipkart was also doing their PPA day. So imagine forecasting a demand at a time when your partners are also big promotions, and then your competitors are also big promotions. So the problem typically how everyone does demand planning is on Excel doing some basic statistical forecast and apply some automation there. But then the problem becomes multi-weighted, but there are multiple topics. Another example, like for example, an Uber, like all of you probably have taken Uber. So doing a Uber forecast, which capacity is in a day is a very simple problem. But when you add into this, like there is a train going to happen, plus peer is also into the town, or some conference going on, or some construction going on. With these, there are multiple variables which keeps adding, and the entire different party becomes very complex. So this is a problem that you were facing. And that's where AI ML beauty comes in, where AI ML can do a lot of complex planning and the complex calculations, which are generally not possible. So Google Cloud, like I took represent Google Cloud, or Google Cloud is also product where there are products like Vortex AI and BigQuery. So we started using these products in our Paris system, which automated a lot of our forecasting and made that the accuracy that he was talking about, generally 50%, 40% is an average, but that really helped us to increase our forecast accuracy. So again, these are the places where the beauty of AI ML can come in. I know these days, these AI ML has become buzzword. Anybody does a small automation, they call it AI. Everyone now uses AI. But I think we need to be a bit mindful what is AI ML and what is just simple automation. And that's where you can't even entirely lead your work also to AI. There has to be some interference where AI can do or ML can do your majority of us, but the final decision-making authority has to be human, so that you take the right decision. So I'm just stop here, but I'm sure there are a lot of great things that panel has to say, and if you have questions, so we'd love to know.
Thank you very much with the interesting parts. I had a very engaging question. Was I hope I hit Sila. So now we heard on trade. We heard about what about Khalil and how they use technology or advanced technology to overcome. Last economic code that technology is a technology or not just buzzword. Here actually change the way to make it in practice. And they are 20 how use it. They get it all model. 20 now we are moved to a technology provider. We have other Amit. We have Amit Maheshwari. The founders are social. We all go to well. He is one of the largest, yeah, I would say, the largest player in the industry, providing support to both the logistics companies, a lot of supply chain profits, and a lot of exporters and traders as well. Amitji, you would like to share your views on how you had helped logistics sync up and line up to service freight pit.
Thank you, Tej. I was just telling Mohi that you have really killed it. This is by far the best event what we have.
So thank you, Mohit. Thank you, Ayushi. So, as you know, what exactly AI/ML? Because this is focused on AI/ML, so let me start from the AI/ML first. What this AI/ML is done is before I call it February 2023, when I first subscribed to OpenAI platform, I suddenly realized that AI/ML is moving on the buzzword. And it is suddenly computer or even the phone which was in my pocket is started to understand me. Otherwise, what I tell, I get that away. So what we call is rule based. So now, in fact, page I was talking to earlier, this is the third time I got really excited about any technology. First, when instead of typing command, I can just click on the mouse. So things become very easy, which was the Windows. Then internet came in your pocket. At that time, we designed Mosaic, which is now globally, number one software in terms of ERP platform. And then comes the AI. The opportunity or the what can be done is immense. But how? I thought, my fellow panelist, the problem of demand supply, problem of visibility, problem of, documentation. These are some of the typical challenges which has been there for ages. I think as my memory goes back, I'm in this field for almost 32 years. The visibility was a problem then, and visibility is the problem now. Demand was the problem then, and still a problem. Similarly, you have documentation, which is the critical part. Again, you have the problem. So these are the three typical problems which was being faced earlier, and they still exist now. Now, can AI/ML solve the problem? My answer is yes. But look at this technology. It is still in very infancy stage. It is still will take time for this technology to evolve because everything depends on data. Now visibility. Now the typical problem, as Omji said, that shipping line is not even updating. But how the hell the data is going to come if the shipping line is not updating? What AI/ML can change? How the AI/ML can change that situation? That's a big question mark. Similarly, that geopolitical situations, which is changing. There is a data. Yes, if I know in advance that there is a fight which is going to happen, or there is a, something is going to happen in Red Sea, something can be predicted. But how it can be? So, but the possibilities are there. Similarly, the argumentation. Always, this industry is highly data intensive. The way the cargo moves, the data also moves from one place to another. The data is moving along with the car. So this is where again, how we as a service provider look at it. Yes, there is a possibility that this can be changed. In fact, I'm working on which is basically trying to get cognitive ability to the AI side. Because AI is still connecting the dots. It doesn't have a cognitive capabilities. How a cognitive ability can change the situation, and it can be predicted that if Red Sea is happening, this also can happen, which is a cognitive fact. Because otherwise the data is still not there. There is a conflict in Red Sea, this is predicted, but how this is going to impact, that is still not there. There is no data. But a cognitive ability, as a human being, since we have the cognitive ability, we can always predict, okay, there is a Red Sea, probably this may happen. Now, with this cognitive capabilities, this is the possibility. I'm working on a project which probably I'll be able to solve that problem. Which, or again, the data. Where is the data? Data has to be there. Similarly, now the documentation. I heard where that a bill or a purchase bill this is converted into data using OCR technology. OCR technology is existing for a very, very long time. But before AI, it was just a rule based. If this, do this. If this, do this. There was no intelligence. There's no intelligence. Slight change in a purchase bill, and your whole technology goes for toss. So now, how we change it? Can we use AI to change it? And this is where we are again working on a technology which we call as unstructured to symmetry. Any data which is unstructured, let me convert it into a structured information. Yes, it will take some time for this technology to evolve because document which you give something, your AI engine has to understand the document. It is not simple root bills that if it is written concisely and this is an important thing, sorry, cannot convert. Again, I have to write a rule that if it is concise, please also understand there's a input also. But with using AI, this problem can be solved, and we have already solved this problem, and this is something which can be easily done. Now, coming back to your visibility side. Now, visibility, if serial line do not update the information, sorry, what I can be nothing. But yes, I can do something about it also. Because I can have the data related to port congestion. I have the access to the past performance. So maybe, and I have information about moving of the ship. Yes, transshipment probably I will not be able to predict, but I can easily predict that a vessel is moving. And if I know that this container is on that vessel, and I have already the data on the port congestion, I can easily predict that how long that vessel is going to take, how long that unloading of that container will take place. So yes, AI, ML, they are no longer a buzzword. They have the potential to solve the problem, but are we there yet? I think we are reaching. We are reaching over there. Lot of problem what you see today, probably it will get solved. It will be, our endeavor to try to solve the problem as far as we can. And because computer suddenly understands me, what I write is no longer just a 1 or 0 to the computer. Yes, it is still 1 and zeros, but it still understands. And this opens a tremendous opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Amit, for your solid words. I think one key takeaway is the computer is no longer an earphones. You always, as a kid, so I've always picked technology, study, I love technology. Every time we always, when you can share information internally in the office of banks, who notice, I've always just kept it, computer is on the hips. Whatever you tell the computer to do, it may be. It is no longer like that. Computer is smart and it has the technology for below that calls. Now, one more point which I would like to share. So, about a year and a half ago, Amit said that he subscribed OpenAI and effectively for technologists, you get excited about technology, that's very rare. So it was very exciting and very enjoying. We all run the stick skateboarding business, right? In 20 minutes, 2 kids who were 80 years old. I am talking a story about last year. And global event wrote a simple question. Can you give me the thread from what to have the better? Simple answer. It said the freight of carrier A is $3,000, carrier B is $3,500, carrier C is $4,000.
the next command request pin was, can you please book the freight on carrier A based on 3,000 pounds? The response, say anyone guess the response that came? The response that came was, are you sure you want to book carrier A? The last 3 times you book carrier A, the transit time, if it's supposed to be 27 days, was delayed by another 8 days on an average, thereby causing additional delays to you. Whereas the other two ships or carriers they will choose, they stayed time. What is so significant about this is these two kids wrote this in a matter of 20 minutes. In 20 minutes, we built an AI model which effectively grabs amazing amounts of data and give you visibility what you if not have. That is the power, a resource that technology can give you. Thank you, Avijit, for being that point now. Now, we save the best for last. We have Mr. Dhari Bhiwani, who is the head of air practice of Kali Logistics. Kali Logistics is one of the most important points of the chain. The major aspect that's missing in our industry, we also spoke about Bhiman information. We had some of our fellow candidates talking about the challenges that we are facing if a carrier does not update visibility, how we do it. Amit mentioned about having multiple data elements. Vahiti, you would like to share your thoughts on this area of interoperability and how would you solve it? Why? Because they are in the best place position. They actually run cargo community systems, and in addition to the carriers, ports, they have information real time. Over to you, Randy, to add nothing.
Thanks, Tej, firstly, and good evening and welcome to each and every one of you. Though I would have really loved to see the complete boom pack because the subject is exciting. You know, this is the future that we are going to, and more people engaging is always good to be better for all of us. Nevertheless, you are one of the few who want to see the future, and that's comes to all of you. So I am representing Kali Logistics here. Most of it, Tej already they got ready from all that company. But just to emphasize, the 85% of air cargo in India is flown through our system. So when he says that we are an important flow in the entire life, he is not wrong. We take that as an honor first, but as a responsibility as well. We want to make sure that we make that difference to the organization, to the trade in itself. Yeah. So what are we doing to achieve that? Interoperability, AI, ML, we have products or community already existing. Now we are creating digital corridors, which are two communities talking across the globe. So a point A, would know what happens at the destination wherever it is. Okay. So they will get that visibility immediately. Okay. Oiji said that that's one of the key areas that will easily be it'll be solved once the digital corridors are in place. They are already in talks with Amsterdam. We are creating a pharma corridor, which will be step one to achieve this. Yeah. Then we have other functionalities like Tej, I'll come to you with the interoperability question, but just to let you know what we are into. We are also into truck stop management, where most of you, if you're a forwarder, you would have surely booked a slot to bring in your cargo. That behind the scene, there is some AI which predicts that a truck will take that much time to load. So book a slot accordingly, load as well as offload. So you take that much time, book the slot accordingly, right? We have other functionalities which I think my colleague also mentioned is, agents who do not have ability to send digital messages, right? They send us a printed copy or sometimes handwritten copy or sometimes a picture, and we process it through our OCR, which then uses that data processed through the AIML and then predicts as to where the potential problems are. If there is no problem, it just converts it into EDI and sends it to the airlines or the respective party for the handlers. So those are the benefits that we already are giving as part of our offering. We also tend to bring it much more advanced forecasting. You will see that very soon that things like geopolitical tensions, how does that impact? What should the action be? It's not always just prediction. What is the subsequent action that are possible? What could you do? What should you do? And if you do, then what is the impact? That's what is going to become much more handy. That data will be available, and you'll be able to see it and action on. Right? About interoperability, there are various partners from a community standpoint. There are multiple partners using multiple systems: an airline, a GHA, a freight forwarder, a trucker. They're all using their own systems, and we need to connect with them. We need to make sure that the data is communicated seamlessly, right? It should not be an asset perceived. Is it reached correctly? Is it accurately processed by the public system? Those are still a challenge because we are working with some of the legacy systems. The whole industry cannot come up all at the same time. So this would be a gradual process. Here, some systems which are already capable to send data in a certain format, a standardized format, those become adaptive much faster. As part of our community initiative, we cater to all. We are not restricted to just the initial ones or not the latest one. We cater to all the technologies. So from an interoperability question, the question still remains as a challenge, wherein how do they connect to so many disparate systems at a different phase of their evolution, right? So a freight forwarding system could be, there are some freight forwarding systems still at client server base where they are just not able to send the data. So how do you receive that? How do you process that? Yeah, those are the questions. We probably discuss why we move ahead in this session. So it takes back to you.
Thank you very much, sir. On on 89% of air cargo Busudi. Thank you very much for service to industry. Air cargo was released not only in India, globally. Basically, corridors and providing a data lake. Has anyone heard what a data lake is? This is a very interesting concept. Taking this to a data lake is something that's going to really be a game changer in the future. So we now open the question. We open go next part and open to the audience to ask questions. You have an amazing panel of trade, service providers, community service providers, and the logisticians. We want to hear your thoughts, your challenges, and this expert audience, this expert panel will ensure that we answer all your queries. Can I request, if you have any questions, please stand up or raise your hand, stand up, please introduce yourself, your topic, if you represent what, and if you would like to ask a question to a specific panelist, please do.
Otherwise, if you want to ask it generate from the objects, then we can go one up. Run. The floor is yours. Please ask your questions. Anyone, raise your hands. Come on, don't feel shy.
No need.
भैया आई
Bo. I'm studying the discoveries on I'm Jeevat Paul and I represent the Avitula Chemicals supply chain practitioner. So we heard of the AI and that is some which sorry like you mentioned during racing piece of possibilities. We talked about predictability, visibility, but as the highlights, supply chain practitioner is the most easy resilience, innovation, supply chain space. Some illegal relax enough thoughtful goal whole system. I would see a lot of things happen or at least I don't really call it for innovation is happen whole space. Of course, in terms of divine planning, code tasking, a lot of fine niche technologies are being deployed. The auto OEM industry as well as other industries where the push system burns actually. That okay, if any manufacturer is pushing it. But actually, if we really want to optimum level of a if a pull system is the best system, but at the same time, where is the solution? So, okay, Amit can definitely take it and he can provide us what is the solution. Probably I'm in the same boat where Ajay and P both are in the same.
I tell you, a pull system. In fact, a few years back, at one of the conference on UNC, as you know, UNC defines the data, standards. We were there, and you were discussing about making a logistic highway. Because as I said in my previous that along with the cargo or along with any, the data is also being. So why can't we have a digital highway or a logistic highway, which is why from the manufacturer, people are pushing the data, whatever data they are generating. Whether it's a freight forwarder, whether it's a custom, whether it is everyone keep on pushing the data. And I had planned, I'm talking about before COVID, that yes, it can be done. And using blockchain, this can be secure. Because obviously, the data is being shared across. So not every data is useful to a transporter does not have to know cost of the product. He is only bothered about its weight, value, or not even value, just a weight, dimension, and from where to where. That's it. He is not supposed to know what is the rate. Right? So I had proposed in ULC conference that before we create using these data standards, we create a logistic highway, which is nothing but a digital way. Right? Whatever data, whatever is being generated from manufacturing to freight forwarding to transport to custom broker act, the exporting side and the carrier, ports, there are so many people within the supply chain. It's not pushing the data. And everybody depends on their requirement or the role within that supply chain. They need more pulling the data. Pull the data back. But I propose this, but it's a gigantic project. Very, very gigantic project, which as a company, I had created a blueprint, but I was little afraid of, should I invest that kind of money to build the infrastructure because a big infrastructure need to be created. So this is here it is. You are absolutely right that everybody is, push, pull, but legacy system. They have the legacy system. They have different system. So, what I propose is a digital highway, which is scanning a data. Your data standard is as per UNC guidelines. Everybody is pushing the data, and depending on the requirement, we do put the data whenever is required. This can solve the problem of your visibility. This can solve the problem of your predictability. All these problems can be solved.
If I may just tweet. There is already solutions devised and some implemented. Data lake, for one, is something to a similar concept with full information that you need or you're authorized to see, right? So you control that. So data lakes is pretty common these days. You start seeing this in communities also. In fact, I had one report is based on something very similar, wherein you ask the subscriber, okay, to give the information of the detail or elements that you need from an issuer. So something similar is already in place. There is a standard in place. I don't see this to happen very far in future. This is already here. You should see that very, very, very soon.
Thank you very much. Can we have further questions, please? Please raise your.
If you please keep your questions ready. We have 10 minutes of free time with this elite panel.
I'm Nirav Thakkar, record for May 7 Roger Speaks, custom looker, free for her. Everyone spoke really well on the specific topic. The OT aspect is when I connect, so it's the work of the entire supply chain. Like Raiti spoke about and that's a very important aspect there. AI ML, last 1.5 years, we keep hearing about the blockchain earlier. Now, if I get a few examples, like in a small office space, when there is the company organization is working, having a separate system for operations and having a separate system for accounting. There are challenges in connecting. Many times you don't have those softwares who can, talk to each other. On a domestic level, I knew that there was a system being generated. I mean, what Abhijit lectured to the logistics, I was a great example to understand and similarly, a port operating system, for example, was getting developed. But let's see anywhere where it is going. Because in supply chain, every player or every partner is important to connect. I was actually also facing one delay in terms of clearing a consignment where there was one document which was required where in India, they had to connect to Germany, and they said we want to ask for it October. Okay, it was like a temporary import consignment where they wanted to check whether the document was actually issued there in order. Now, with such a great level of advancement which has come forward with the AI, where are we lacking? What are the difficulties because of which they are unable to connect these? So, of course, Raiti mentioned a lot, and Amit Pai also explained, but anyone else could also share this for this stack and explain all of this. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Nirji, Rate, can I request you to state this?
I thought the question was beyond us, right? But to answer your question, firstly, AI ML is not a magic wand. Okay, it may seem like it, and it's been positioned like that, but it still works on some rules. It still is the relationship, like in your example. If the relationship is set that okay, a certain document requirement is needed in generally, right? Some approval is needed. Then the next time it will surely warn you. It'll flag out that you know what, I see this before. The origin data looks exactly, and the consequence of that was the approval. And it'll validate again, which will come to. But for the first time, yes. And so the system has to be treated and sure Amit will know it better than anyone of us. The monies have to be trained, and the monies then guide the direction of the solution. Yeah.
Sure, I get picture. So I think what you mentioned is the biggest problem for any organization. One, within organization, we are using multiple softwares and they both talk to each other. And plus, we are talking to our vendors, suppliers, or our customers. They also have different software. So this is the biggest problem that we have. It's so many softwares. So although this was not a desirable outcome, but this is where we are paying. But I think this is where a lot of companies are investing money. So blockchain, as mentioned, that was the vision of blockchain, that it will remove all the barriers. And as he was talking about digital highway, it will give us the digital highway. So there's a lot of work happening in that area. Like there are solutions like BigQuery, and there are multiple solutions different companies have. So once companies don't think in isolation about these softwares and do that infrastructure, of course, for small companies it's a bit difficult, but when you are scaling up, that's where the companies need to invest in that infrastructure. But they need to have that common digital hacker within their company. And of course, they can choose multiple companies which offer such solution and ensure that they are working with suppliers, vendors. They can kind of come up with that common bridge. It will help in all those things. Because once you have a common platform, whichever software you use, as long as they are feeding into sales channel, then pushing data becomes very easy. Like when I started work in my own company, we started with multiple softwares, and that's exactly the challenge we were facing. But then it gradually to a highway, and that's where now I can plug in, plug out any software, and I can do my work.
Yeah, boy. I think what Amit mentioned is very important for a large organization like ours. Also, the biggest challenge we have seen that we have got multiple softwares working together, but none of them are talking to each other. So integration of the digital process is the key thing today. And to answer to your other aspect of your question, why it is not being accepted, the digital adoption still is in a very nascent stage. Indian industry has realized much later what is the power of the digital transformation and what it can bring. Because so far, we as Indians are excellent workers, so we have waited manually. As long as you get a solution to it, so you don't want to go digital. And digital somewhere, the organization pushed it with the wrong aspect of it will automate the process which will take away the employment. So that also has somewhere make the user little conservative about the approaches. So we have faced this challenge in a big way, the digital adoption. But now the companies realize for their own growth and going further, digital transformation is the only way. And once they decide on that, there are various digital softwares which is need to be implemented. And that's where we are seeing the evolution of the digital movement in the industry, in the sectors. Yeah.
Yeah, accurate. Bhai, I think you touched upon 2 points. One is within organization connectivity, right? And there is the external connectivity. These are the 2 points you mentioned. Now, internal connectivity. This was the problem which I realized around, as I said, I got excited about technology only 3 times in my life. So second time, when internet became easy, you all know agility. There was a company called Agility. At that time, it used to exist. They came to me, at that time I was having a product called Visual Impacts. Now Visual Impacts is a product which is nothing but it's a client server kind of product. They asked me, Amit, we want to centralize our custom file. How to do? I said, I have no solution because it is a client server. They came up with a solution. In Sakinaga, they created a huge space. They put up a computers, different computers. Suddenly they asked me, I mean, it's for 30 copies of the software. What? Mumbai. Delhi, Chennai, so on and so forth. So that was, they found a solution. So solution was up. Then we designed logistics, which kind of connected not only within the organization, as you talk about client acquisition, client servicing, documentations, your regulatory compliance, customs and everything, your billing, your GST, your accounting, your AREP. There are so many things which is happening in a logistic organization. Logistics comes back. That okay. Now everything is connected. Again, 2 years back, I think 3 years back, I was in Singapore. I was stranded in Singapore. Many of you people know that, for almost 9 months, I was stranded in Singapore. And what to do? At that time, I came up with the idea of Trade Chain, which was the solution which we recently implemented, which suddenly my logistics started into every month. Started getting the data, exporting the data. This is where, we recently launched Logic Connect, which is sitting over the logistics. Well, how it helps us? It automatically gets connected to the carriers. Whether it is airlines, whether it is shipping lines, almost 112 airlines, it is connected. You can book, you can check the rates, you can send available, you can do track. Similarly, you can do with this. Same way, your solution regarding your getting a brochure or a document or a technical report from Germany over here, and the customer wanted to be authenticated. So TradeG, he kept it blockchain power. It's a blockchain and it's actually both data and documents, because API is only etching the data. I'm sorry, I'm just going a little technical. But what about documents? And how it is authenticated, how the customer will realize that the document is the same document what was generated in Germany, because their problem was generic. How they get trusted document? A PDF can be liberated, whichever way you want to. That is not a big deal. So this is where the solutions are.
Archaeology. On a lighter note, anyone who takes a product, IACS said they want to commission. This is Zobito. He's been legendary in the space of building products. So I have a very interesting question. I know time is up, but we'll take 5 minutes of yours. I know we are in between you and probably beer, so the excitement is very high to go to beer. But so this is a question to all the panelists. Why? Because automation affects us all. It's a 2-part question. America is very clear. We all know that everything is digital. They use a lot of products. Of late, you see port spec. We saw it not only during or just post-COVID, it's the recent past. There is a huge cry about implementation against the opponents. We all know that the courts in the West or courts in the East are far more efficient than the ones in the West. Do you think that jobs will actually go with automation? What's your opinion? It's open to all the panelists because it is going to affect us all.
I think jobs might transform. Think of AI just as a calculator. Calculator has changed the way you are totally. Has it killed the job of army? What it not? So this is where the AI comes in. AI is not going to change. Rather, it is going to enhance your skills. Rather, you do not have to waste the time in just writing and reading and reading. That is where it is.
I think it is going to increase the productivity. The person will be far more productively deployed for doing the same job or doing even the multiple jobs. But it is the onus is on the employer or the organizations who extend the process, how it is enhancing their capabilities and their problem solving capacity. So it is going to be a big enabler for us.
Yeah. So
it is not that AI is here and all the problem has been solved. So problems will be remain there in the supply chain and logistic field. And we need the people also, we need the technology also, we need the brain also. So, everyone has to continuously work on this particular technology side. And there is, nobody can say that much AI has come and everything has done so. So, yes, we require that.
Thanks. Yeah. Now, yes, last thing. Eddie, as Eddie said, the job will transform. So for all of us, IT composer, another thing is pivot into upskill offset. So if we just continue the way that we are doing and not learning new things, this is where we put our jobs into danger. So I will request actually everyone in this room to start learning what AI MN can do in your own field. Learn, there are amazing courses available. Get accustomed to what are productivity tools that you can use, and definitely it will help improve your productivity. And of course, jobs won't go but transform. So we all have to transform ourselves.
Thanks for scaring everyone, Namit, for getting trained on AI. When the first computer was launched, the home computer, it was said that 40% of humanity will become redundant. Okay? Computers have been around for 20, 30 years. I don't think 40% of us have been users. So as human race, we evolved, like everyone on the planet side, we will transform, right? We will make sure that something will reach greater heights. Yeah, we'll try to strive and go to Mars sooner, than earlier. That was possible. So we will strive. It will change. We just need to adapt. And I personally also do not believe that the jobs will be lost. They will transform. They will turn into something else, which would be much, much more productive for humans.
Thank you for all the points. And what last question, and this is a problem very here in their years. So it's there that drops it out for the groups. Area could be the size of fine beauty. But in order to achieve or to get where you want to be. So from where we work in the paper process, I use a couple of fourth generation of industries. So the actual fear that on this has been, my job is not going to be made tomorrow. You all have clearly taken that in a way. I see a sigh of relief of the space. But there is a very interesting challenge. Okay. When I entered the business 20 years ago, the typical problem was, our jobs are going to go. But in reality, the business expanded. We had probably a few thousand organizations that have, multiplied by a few times now. What has, digitalization is always exciting. Abhijit sir said, digitalization is not an option, except reality. So this says, what are the challenges that you face? Like, all of you are just going to quick response. What are the challenges that you face in implementing digitalization within your business? Is digitalization a problem or is mindset a problem? How did you address it? Because all stickers saw I write going to on my immediate right, going to my furthest to scale that points in the before we continue. I think the biggest thing that I'll see, and I don't know if I would take it general, is the mindset problem. I think digitally it's easy, but it's the people within the team, within the organization, their egos, the authors, politics, and everything. That kind of puts matrix on the. So I think the biggest thing is change management within people. So if the organization can really overcome, I think the general is easy. But if you can't solve the people problem, that problem.
Yeah, the answer, as Abid said, is the chain of the 100. Unfortunately, it has to be top down. So first, the top people has to realize the power of digitization, the power of this digital transformation. Once they do that, it will percolate down and it will ensure everybody's job. But as Tej also has been mentioning, that it will give the business people the opportunity to experiment. It actually will give them more and more powerful growth. So that's it.
Right. So we're an IT company, and whenever digitization or an AI, some tool comes about, it hits us the first. Our goal is to, as an organization, is to mitigate that the risk that an individual developer or a manager feels, and give it that confidence that this is going to only enhance. Just a quick example: there is something called Copilot. I'm not sure all of you would know, but that gives you a code. You actually tell it, I need in real language, and it gives you the code, and then the developer, which was supposed to work for a day, now has that code in 15 minutes. But the idea is to go beyond, further your frontier. If data lake was 2 years down the line, and now 2 months down the line. So there is always something to chase and something to evolve later. Tax is the control that if we give the that vision, I think digitization, AI, digitization should not be accepted.
Change management. This is something easier said than done. Changing mindset is something which is one of the most difficult part. But as Chaudhary ji pointed out, that it has to be top down. It cannot be bottom up. Because most of the time, because I keep on telling the people, when any company sign up with us for the ERP implementation, my first advice to them is, please take interest. It is you on the top who has to think. Do not leave it pull down, because otherwise the rest will die. And I am giving a dude how you use it, how you take the advantage is dependent on how you use it, and who's going to use. Ultimately, the top does the. So change management has to come from top. There cannot be a one size fits all situation, because every company has a different DNA, every company has a different culture. So this has to align. Every company has to create its own roadmaps, but up down. That is what is my advice to get the advantage of digitalization. Digitalization is not an option. You have to do it. That is not an option. But half, that is what is the wish.
Okay, change management, everyone said, okay, this is one thing. But one additional point I would like to add here is the point I think which Veera had asked this question is, systems are not talking to each other. This is one of the biggest problem in implementation of the digitalization. Apart from that, the internal IT security systems and our own IT people are not allowing us to, connect the two systems. So that's the one of the biggest problem in implementation of the digitized school actually. So this is also one additional point other than the check connector. Check connector anyway, very important point. Mindset has to change. But at the same time, our system should also allow us to connect and implement the digital solutions. Thank you. And so here's what you heard, Max. Today, digitalization is not an option. It's a necessity for you to survive tomorrow. Digitalization is not a necessity equal to any one of us. Digitalization is actually an opportunity. Those who change quicker, it's proven that they will be far more effective in going and scaling up much quicker. Do you know at what point in time Yahoo offered to buy Guru? No, I don't know as a sticker, but it was very low figure. 1 million or something. And today, look at where Buddha has paid the Yahoo. Okay. With this, I would just like to apply one more seed in your mind. The objective of today's discussion was none other than to plant the seed of using technology in your day-to-day life and operation. Not just your phone, WhatsApp, stickers, etc., but using your work life. Okay. The thought that we want is auto pick up for AI, and it is very important to choose the right strategy. In AI, OpenAI is what you have Gemini, which is a Google product. Like that, you have a lot of model entrepreneurs. Right? Go back, try, innovate, experience. It's amazing, and make yourself more productive. A big thank you to all the panelists for being kind, be here.
Even bigger thank you to the audience for being here. I see a lot of young minds here engaging who are going to implement this technology for tomorrow. And a big thank you to the organizers. I see Govind is here. Really appreciate you for having all of us. Have a good evening.
Thank you for sharing your knowledge and expertise. He's a judge, and I think they deserve a big round of applause because this is the most interactive session. And thank you so much once again. The boundless possibilities of the digital age are so empowering. Thank you to our panelists and the moderator, Mr. Peach Contractor, for guiding us to the future ready knowledge.